Hey everyone, this is some nerdy guy back again with another video, and today's video is just one giant pickup video. I haven't done one in a little while. I feel like all I do is pickup videos, but the last couple were limited run specific ones, and then before that was my game CD collection, I believe, and then did a couple of discussion videos. So now it's time for a big heaping pickup video. Of course, this won't be any limited run stuff. I do those in a separate video, but this is what I've been accumulating over the past couple months. It's a lot of stuff. I won't lie. It's a lot of stuff. So just get right into it. So I'm going to try to show them in order. My memory's a little hazy, trying to remember which ones I did get first. So I'll start with these. The last time I got to go to the flea market, I found a stack. Well, I didn't find them. I was actually selling some of my stuff at the flea market, and my dad's friend also happens to collect GameCube, specifically GameCube games, and he had a stack of duplicates that he was willing to part with. So I was like, sure, I'll definitely take a look at them. And I found a decent stack that I wanted. So we have Resident Evil 4. Good one. Unfortunately, this was case only, but that's okay because I already have the game. But F-Zero GX, it's a good one to have always. The only non-GameCube game that was in there, that was Wii Sports. Just a little bit of trade bait. And then the rest of these I'm definitely going to be keeping. SpongeBob the Movie. Need for Speed, Most Wanted. It's a good one. Let's see, we got, sorry, there's, my TV is causing a glare. Sega Soccer Slam, which this one I didn't know was kind of an uncommon one, so that's pretty cool. Sega game, I like Sega stuff, so there's that. Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. 18-wheeler, which I just bought this on the PS2 not too long ago, and I was like, man, I really wish I could just get the GameCube version, because that'd be the preferred one for me, and I found it. And then Beyblade V-Force. So, yeah, most of those are complete. Not all of them are. But, excuse me, I didn't feel like opening up every case and whatever. So, yeah, there's that. This was a game that I ordered on eBay. It was just one, I was kind of in an arcade kick there. Like, I bought the arcade stick for my Switch. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything like this for the Switch. Some of the games are on the eShop, but not every one of them. But that is the Data East Arcade Classics for the Wii. So, pretty cool compilation. The one, two, actually, that I was most excited for were, I'm trying to remember the names. Magical Drop was one of them. It's a puzzler game. And the one is like an RPG, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. Wizard Fire. Yeah, Wizard Fire was the other one. So yeah, and of course Burger Time. Burger Time is a classic up there. But yeah, pretty cool one. These are... I went to a retro game convention. It was in Cleveland. And I was so upset because I just saw his video uploaded yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. Radical Reggie was there, and I had no idea. I didn't see him. I guess I should have followed him on social media. I don't really follow him on anything other than YouTube. I don't know if he would have like tweeted about it or something, but I had no idea he was going to be there. Didn't know he was coming, or else I would have been looking for him and just missed him. So that's really unfortunate because I would have loved to meet him. But for me personally, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff there that I had interest in looking at, because to me at least, a lot of people really liked it, which is, you know, more power to you. I didn't dislike being there. I liked going. It was fun, but I just felt like there was a lot of toy vendors more than there were video games, to be honest. And a lot of those toy shops, like I know some of the owners, I know they go to like every toy show. I'm like, there's hundreds of toy shows throughout the year and only a handful of video game ones, at least in this area. And it was mostly toys again. And it's like, I don't know. That just kind of was annoying to me, but it's whatever. It was still a fun time. But I did find 2 games. I got Agelos or Agelos, Agelos. I don't know how you want to pronounce that, but the physical version of this only got released in the UK or PAL region. So there's that. It's a really cool pixelated platforming adventure game. It's pretty cool. I like the sprites in it. And then I also got Dragon Quest IX for the DS, which this one is complete. There's like a lot of books in here. It's just the manual. Yeah, the manual is just like really thick. But yeah, there's that. Dragon Quest. And then, let's see. These are some of the releases, because I have newer releases that have more recently come out, but these are ones that I had accumulated over the past couple months, and trying to remember in order of which they came out. But we have Soul Hackers 2 for the PS5. I played about 4 or 5 hours of it so far. It's not a bad game. Not my favorite in like the SMT style of games, but still really cool. I got the pre-order bonus, which came with the art cards, which was kind of cool and everything. I'm kind of weird. I like to keep my, because I get most of my pre-ordered stuff from GameStop, and I don't know, I like keeping the receipts just to have like that memory of like, oh, I got this way back when, like 10 years from now, I'll look at the receipt and like, holy crap, I bought this on this day, however many years ago. I don't know. I just think that's cool. But yeah, there's Soul Hackers. We have Bug Snacks, which is apparently kind of hard to get for some reason. I don't know if that's just a GameStop thing, because I know some GameStops, they get very limited quantities of certain games, but if you go to a different store, there'll be tons. But I have not seen this anywhere, so I think it's already starting to become uncommon. Which, same goes for the PS5 version and the PS4 one, because those came out before this, and I barely ever see those either. But it is made by Fangamer, so maybe if you just go on Fangamer's website, they'll have it. But as far as retail-wise, I barely ever see this one. I don't believe I've already showed this one. I'm getting sometimes I get a little bit of deja vu when I start showing these, but I don't believe I showed this in my last pickup video, at least from what I remember. But that is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. You could probably take a couple guesses where I bought this one. Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool game. I haven't played it yet. There's so many games that I still have wrapped that I just haven't cracked open yet. But just from looking at the screenshots of it, there's actually a shoot 'em up game in here. I don't know if the entire game is a shoot 'em up, because there's another game that just came out by NIS. It's just called Yuru Kill, I think is what it is, and it's a shoot 'em up / visual novel game, which I think is a interesting hybrid. But yeah, if this has shoot 'em up elements, this is definitely up my alley, and definitely something that's probably going to be, put to the wayside, like into obscurity. Like a lot of people are probably going to find out about it later and stuff like that, which is, fine. Not everybody has their eye on every game that's coming out. So, and then the other one is Dusk Diver 2, which came in this cool box. It was only a $50 game, and it came in this cool box, and it comes with a bunch of stuff. Comes with an art book, a soundtrack, and the game. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there. And then trying to see what else. Oh, I actually missed 2 of the games that were supposed to be in that stack with the GameCube stuff. These also came from my dad's friend. We have Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. It's just one of the Monkey Ball games I didn't have yet. And then Afterburner for the Genesis. Afterburner 2, sorry. But, I don't hardcore go after Genesis games, and a lot of the Genesis games I want are expensive. So if I find one for a decent price, I'll usually just snag it. And this one's complete. It's in good shape. I paid less than $10 for this because it was just lumped in with everything else that I got. So yeah, very cool. And then 2 other newer releases that I got. Both very cool games. We got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Royal. Is that what it's called? All-Star Battle Royal something. Has an R in it. I'm guessing that's what it means. Cool fighting game. I'm not the best at fighting games, as a lot of you probably know, because I say it every time I get a fighting game. And it's like, why do you buy fighting games? I don't know. I still think they're fun. Even if I'm not good at them, I get a kick out of trying different characters and trying to get good with at least somebody. And I know this was a really rare game on the PS3 when it came out, so I was like, I definitely don't want to pay out the ass for the PS3 version, so I will try the Switch version. So got that. And then this I was really hyped for, especially for what's coming later this month for it, and that is Bayonetta the first game on the Switch, which the third game is coming out at the end of this month in October, and there's going to be a box set called the Trinity set, and it has steelbooks for all three games, and that's why they released this one, because you can technically already get it if you just buy Bayonetta 2, you'll get the code for the first game, but it was really cool that they did a physical release for it, so very excited about that. And then trying to remember stuff. Okay. So I got to go to a different convention. This one was a comic book convention. And I got these afterwards. I have 2 games here. I got them after the convention. But this is not a video game, but it's definitely something I wanted to show. One of the special guests that they had at this Comic-Con was a very well-known voice actor. And his name is Poulson. For those of you that don't know about like voice acting and things like that, he did characters such as Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. He did multiple voices on Animaniacs, and which kind of goes hand in hand with Pinky and the Brain. Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, Raphael from the original Ninja Turtles cartoon, and then Donatello in the 2012 version of the Turtles. But my favorite character of all time that he's ever done, the top 2, like they're kind of tied for number 1 for me, is Mark Chang from The Fairly Odd Parents and Carl Weezer. So when I got to meet him, I got a little print of Carl that he signed, and he has a little message: "Don't forget to finish your croissant." It's got pictures of croissants on it, which is hilarious. He was such a nice guy, just very down to earth, and we had a very, not super lengthy, but a decent conversation about the world of voice acting, and just like how it is and how it works, just acting in general. He even asked me if I was an actor, which I am not. I have no experience in theater or anything like that, but I think doing voice work is really fun. I can do a handful of voice things with my voice, and I'm able to do certain characters and things like that, which a lot of people are. So it's like nothing to write home about. But the fact that he thought that I was an actor, the way I was talking to him, he's like, "Oh wow, you seem like you have you're smart about it, like you know a lot about it." And I was like, "Oh well, that was a nice compliment, but I have no experience in acting whatsoever." So, but yeah, super nice guy. I just kind of wanted to geek out about that a little bit. But we went to this game store afterwards, and it's called Stone Age Gamer, which they make stuff. They have a website where they make EverDrives and things like that. Anybody can buy them, but they have a retro game store here in my state, and it was closed down during COVID time and everything, and they just recently opened back up, and I've been wanting to go there. Finally did, and I found 2 really cool games. This first one is one I've been wanting to get for a while, and then I was reminded of it from Pete Dorr. He came back to YouTube a little bit and made a couple videos and reminded me about this game, and I was lucky to find it because I didn't want to go on eBay to find it. I wanted to see if I could find it out at a store, and this was only $15, and that is Astro Boy on PS2. And what makes this one unique, at least to me, and what he had pointed out, is that it is made by Sonic Team. So a lot of people compare this to a Sonic Adventure-esque game. Not exactly spot on, but pretty close, considering that it's made by Sega and Sonic Team. So very cool. For only $15, I will definitely give that a try. And then the other game, which was a little bit more pricey, but it was definitely worth it, given the personal story behind it for myself, and that is The Jersey Devil on the PS1. So there is that. I kind of want to tell the story about this, but I feel like I should not. There was a time I went to the flea market and had this game in my hand, and the person who was my friend at the time, just like, it was just a weird situation because I didn't have any. I'm just gonna tell a story. I didn't have any cell phone service, and I couldn't really look up what the game was worth. The guy had it priced at $25. It was at the beginning of the day, so like I didn't want to drop. I mean, 25 isn't a lot, but I'm like, if I can find games cheaper, I'm not going to spend 25 on one game at a flea market. I'm going to wait until we look around a bit. So I was like, man, I don't know if it's a good deal or not. I'm like, if it's a really good deal, maybe I will buy it. I was like kind of going back and forth about it. And this person was just kind of like standing there like, waited for me to put the game down, immediately picked it up, bought it. And as we were walking away, he's like, oh, dude, you should have bought that game. It's like an $80 game. And I was like, well, if you were my friend, you could have told me, hey, man, that's a good deal. You should get that. And that is not what he did. He did the exact opposite. So I was like, just kind of was taken aback by that. I was like, okay. I mean, which it's video games. It's not like it's an important purchase of any sort, but just the principle of usually you help your homies out. Just be like, oh, dude, that's a good deal. You should buy that. Instead of just like waiting for me to put it down to pick it up and buy it for yourself and then tell me, oh, dude, that was such a good deal. You should have bought that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one, but that's not right to me. You should definitely help your friends out when you if they're not sure of a deal, you should tell them, hey, either that's no good deal, or if it is a good deal, you should tell them. But whatever, I digress. So that was my little rant story about that. Another big game. I got a couple of special editions here. Maybe I'll save those for last. Yeah, I'll do this stack next. These are the most recent games I've picked up, actually, right here. First one being the first game I've bought for my Vita. I've got a Vita like almost a year ago now from my friend Mike for my birthday. I think I showed that in one of my videos on here. And I still haven't bought a game for it. Some of the games I want are too expensive. And the ones that aren't too expensive were not ones I really wanted all that badly. And I was like trying to find like a happy medium of something to get. And I completely forgot about this game. And my friend Max had it. He is the manager at the GameStop that I go to. And he was trying to get rid of some stuff. And he didn't want his Vita stuff. And this one is exclusive to the Vita. And that is Tales of Hearts R. I like the Tales series a lot, and this one, like I said, is exclusive to the Vita. There's no other way to play this one. Sure enough, though, I bet now that I bought it, it's going to go on the Switch or something, which I would much rather have it for the Switch. But because the point of me having the Vita was to get the games that are exclusive for it that you can't play anywhere else. So this is a very, very good start, though. And if it doesn't get ported to this, I mean, if it does, I'll still buy it for the Switch and still play this one and I guess compare the differences. But kind of hope that it doesn't, because it would feel kind of wasted, because I purposely bought, or well, it was gifted to me, but I wanted the Vita so I could get the exclusive games for it. But anyways, so speaking of GameStop, I got all these in the same day. So I went there initially to buy this off of my friend Max. And then when I walked in, there was a kid that was trading in his entire game collection. He had 3DS, Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox One. Not consoles for all those, because if he had a 3DS or a new 3DS XL or whatever, I would have definitely tried to get that too. But I did cherry pick some games out of the stack that he had. But trying to make a long story short, because this is already almost a 20-minute video, he traded in his entire collection for, he got $350 store credit, and he wanted it to buy an item in Roblox. So just to let that sink in, do what you want with your money, but like, your entire game collection, that's like memories and just like stuff that you're gonna want to go back to in like 2 or 3 years time, and you just gave all of it away, like just for a thing in Roblox that you're probably not going to care about in a month, like until the next big expansion thing comes out. And I was just like, man, that's just sad, in my opinion. I don't get that. But anyways, the games I got were pretty good ones. I got New Yoshi's Island on the 3DS. I've heard mixed things about this ever since it came out. Either you thought it was okay, or you thought it was absolute garbage, and there was really no in between. So I'm probably going to be on the side of the coin that thinks it's okay. It's probably going to be pretty good, especially just the art style alone. And then these last three are pretty uncommon Wii U games nowadays, and I got them for way cheaper than what they're going for online. Around 20 to 25 bucks a piece for these. I got Kirby's Rainbow Curse, right? Yeah, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I really love claymation stuff, and I, for the life of me, can't remember if I already have this. I know I have Game Eye that keeps track of my collection, but I didn't think about it. I just bought it because I knew it was rare, or uncommon at least. So there's that. Wii Party U. I already have this digitally, but I really wanted the physical copy, and it's getting kind of hard to find. So that was definitely a cool one there. And then last but not least, and the most rare out of the three, for some reason, which it probably isn't as sought after now because a version of this came out on the Switch, but it is Wii Sports Club, which is pretty cool. I remember playing this when it first came out because it was digital only and you had to buy each individual sport, and then they just came out with a physical version that had all of it on there. Which I thought was kind of dumb. I think you got one of them for free. You got like tennis for free, and then you had to buy the rest. But yeah, happy. This was like $70 on eBay for some reason. I don't really know why. They probably just didn't print a whole lot of them. And then the last three, these were so GameStop's been having issues just getting pre-orders in. I don't know what it is. Nobody really knows what it is. They had like a system reset kind of thing, and it kind of messed everything up. So a lot of stuff just wasn't coming in. And the one game that was impossible to get, that Max actually had to drive to different stores to get copies that weren't pre-ordered at other stores, so I could get my copy, he could get his copy, and another person could get theirs. And that is Trails from Zero. And this is the deluxe edition. You can see my receipt there, but it comes with like the little art cards, and then it has a digital code for a soundtrack in the back there. But yeah, this one was a big deal for me. I really wanted to play this one, and it wasn't available day one, which, you know, it's whatever. I'm willing to wait for it. But I guess a lot of people weren't able to get this day one, not just because of GameStop, like in general. Like even on Best Buy's website, it immediately went to currently unavailable, which was crazy. Next one is Taiku no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival. And this one, I really wanted to pre-order. I probably could have waited to buy this, but the pre-order bonus was just too cool. These little pins. The little pin set of Dan-chan and Katsu-chan. This is really cool. And they finally released it in the US. You can only buy it on Bandai's website, but they made the taiko drum that you can buy that is compatible with the Switch, which is really cool. And then this last one is Potion Permit. It is like a Stardew Valley type-ish game. It's pixelated. It reminded me a lot of old Zelda games, though. And there's another game coming out called Arrowheart that is the same way. It looks exactly like Link to the Past, which I'm really excited for that one, too. But I thought this one also looked cool, so I got that. Okay, before I get into the collector's editions, I'm going to open this real quick. This video is already 22 minutes. Holy crap. It's probably going to be a 30-minute video. Hopefully people like to watch it. I don't know. But this went on sale on Amazon for only $12.99, free shipping with Prime. And at GameStop, they only had one pre-owned copy because they do price matches. If the game's new and it's still available online, they'll price match. And they only had a pre-owned one. Jeez, I'm stuttering. They had one pre-owned copy, so they don't price match pre-owned stuff. But that is, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Pio Fiore? Is that how you pronounce that? That sounds right. Faded Memories. It's a visual novel type game. But I was like, for $13, like I was eyeballing it for a while there, and I was just waiting for the price to go down, because even the pre-owned stuff, sometimes the price will keep cutting down if it doesn't sell. But it was still like $35. And this was only $12, and it was brand new. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go with this one just to give it a try. So there is that. And then the rest, there's three things left. The first one I'll just get out of the way because it is actually a console, not a game itself. But the console is themed for a game. I had the warranty on my, yeah, because my thing was getting drift. My Joy-Cons were getting drift, and I had the warranty. I'm trying to remember my story here. Had the warranty, and I was able to basically trade in my Switch OLED to get this new OLED and everything. But that is the Splatoon 3 Switch OLED. And sure enough, don't you know, after I buy this one, immediately they announce the Pokemon Switch. And I'm like, stop it. Stop announcing 30 Switches at a time. Like, I can only keep up so much. Like, I know I don't need to buy every Switch. I know that. But they're always so cool. Like, the Joy-Cons, like, the dock is whatever, you know? It's just okay. But I really wanted it for the Joy-Cons. And this is the only way to get the Joy-Cons. I mean, I like the dock a lot, actually. It's just mainly the back of the system itself is just okay. It's basically whatever is on this as well. So yeah, there is that. So, and then the last two things, I promised. The last two things, this one was a big deal for me. I pre-ordered it. At first, I was like, I don't think I want this. And then it came, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. I like it. Especially from the front cover art. And that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection, Collector's Edition, with Kevin Eastman's art just plastered all over this thing. This is so cool. I just wish, so if you bring up the slipcover, it also has the art on the box itself. I just wish that this was in color like how it is, and you flip this up and it was all black and white like the old Mirage comics, and then their bandanas were all red. That would have been so cool. But more people are familiar with the Turtles from their cartoon and stuff, more, and the toys more so than the comic books, which is okay, because the cartoons are amazing anyway. But to have the original creator do the cover art is really, really cool. So, or at least one, I'm sorry, one of the original creators. Peter Laird deserves just as much credit as Kevin Eastman. So yes, that one of the two creators. Okay. Anyways, I teased this in the last video. I got this box a while ago, or it was like a week or so ago. I already opened it. This is just, I didn't mean to flash my address there. But yeah, this is an empty box. I already opened it. Couldn't help it. This was such a pain to get, and I'm just going to show it. It's Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the Collector's Edition. This thing was such a pain in the ass to get. Nintendo, why? Stop it. Stop that. Get some help. Like, stop making things difficult for your fans to get. Like, holy crap. The first two, they just released it at retail, and if you found it, great. If you didn't, sorry. But they at least made it somewhat obtainable. This was absolutely a train wreck. It was just a fucking train wreck. Pardon my French. Like, Jesus. The first time, I couldn't even get in line to buy it. It just wasn't happening. I just sat there and sat there. The website kept crashing. Just wasn't happening. And then come to find out, that's what happened to literally everybody. Nobody was, I mean, obviously people did buy it, but the majority of people were just like, I couldn't even get in to buy this thing. And I was like, well, shit, guess I'm not getting one. And they were like, okay, sorry, we'll do another one, another run. And of course, when they do the second run, they don't announce it. They just do it, and everybody's just scrambling to get online. At least I didn't see it, but I followed them on Twitter, turned on notifications, and made sure that was the only Twitter account that I was following that was giving me notifications, just so I wouldn't miss out. And I didn't hear anything. Didn't see a tweet at all. And it wasn't until Max, my friend Max, messaged me saying, dude, it's live. Get on right now. And I was like, oh. And I was just driving home from work. So he said he had been on for 3 hours waiting and still hadn't gotten in. I ran home. I jumped on. I was maybe on there for like 20 minutes. I got in, ordered it, and then that was it. Like, somehow I skipped ahead in line. I don't know what happened. I feel so bad that I got this, even though he waited way longer than I did. But this thing is beautiful. I just had to quickly tell my shenanigans of getting this. But look at that artwork. That is just so cool. And for all you seal collectors, screw you, because it's not sealed. Go fuck yourself. I think that's hilarious. I loved it. So, but yeah, even though this was such a pain to get, I am super happy to have it. I haven't really had a chance to open it. I usually try to be careful when I open these, so I might not do it on camera. Just because I don't like, usually it's inevitable, but I don't like to, I don't keep my stuff sealed, but I don't want to ruin it either. So sometimes this gets all crinkled up right here. If you try to open it too quickly, it might happen anyways, but that's okay. Oh, wrong side. Yeah, but there is the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collector's Edition. Kudos to anybody who was able to get one. And for those of you that can't, I am so sorry, because scalpers are marking this thing like way up astronomically for how much this was retail. It's pretty ridiculous. So hopefully something happens. Maybe they'll do a restock because of how BS it was to get one. Maybe it probably won't happen, Nintendo being Nintendo, but I really hope, because a lot of fans that absolutely love the game weren't able to get one, And it's just super unfortunate. But this video is 30 minutes long, so I'm going to end it here. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You don't have to, but if you enjoyed the video enough, a lot of my other videos are the same way. So, but yeah, until the next one, see ya.